In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to get started in the stock markets. If you're new to investing and you want to start making money with stocks, then you've come to the right place. So I'm going to walk you through the entire process of stock market investing. I will give you my recommendations, and I will make sure that you understand what you're doing. So step number one is that you need money. If you don't have any spare money to invest, then you can't really invest in the stock market. So you could borrow money to invest in stocks, but I believe that would be risky and a bad idea for a person with no spare money. Okay, so how much money do you need to get started? My honest answer is that you don't need much. You can get started with $100. That would be perfectly fine. So as a matter of fact, if you're a beginner, I would recommend that you start off with a small amount. So if you want to start off with $100, $500, $1,000, or a bit more, then that's perfect. Now, this is extremely important. I can't stress this one enough. The money that you invest in the stock market should be money that you do not need anytime soon. So for example, if you're saving up money to buy a home relatively soon, don't put that money in the stock market. Please don't do that. So think of it like this. Any money that you invest in the stock market should be viewed as a long-term investment. So invest it and don't touch it. Give it time, let it grow, let it pay you dividends. Literally, it's a long-term investment. So if you want to invest in the stock market and you have money to invest, then we move on to step number two. So step number two is you need to open a brokerage account. So a brokerage account, it's really an app or a website where you can buy and sell stocks. So you sign up for an account. It's very simple. It's like opening up a bank account. It's quick, it's easy, it's free. Just so you know, there is zero cost to open a brokerage account. So as a matter of fact, many brokerage accounts will give you some money or free stocks as a promotion. It's because they want your business. So you know how some banks, well, you've probably seen this, they'll offer you some free money. If you open a savings account with them, it's basically the same thing. It's like that. So I'm going to leave you a few links down below for some brokerage accounts that are free, easy to use, no minimum requirements, and offer a sign-up bonus. So after you open up a brokerage account, then we can move on to step three. Step number three, after you open up a brokerage account, you will need to deposit money into your brokerage account to buy stocks. So most people transfer money from their bank accounts. So this process is very easy. At your brokerage account, you're going to see an option to make a deposit. So you're going to enter your banking information, and then you'll be able to make deposits and withdrawals whenever you want to and from your bank account. So after transferring money to your brokerage accounts, then we can move on to step number four. Step number four is to choose a stock to buy. So stay with me here. I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I'm going to give you the best advice if you're a beginner. So once you've transferred money to your brokerage accounts, you're going to see that you have money just sitting in your brokerage accounts, and now you are ready to buy stocks. As a beginner, I recommend that you do two things. So the first thing is that you diversify. Don't concentrate all your money into one stock. That's very risky. So you can buy one stock at a time, but over time, make sure that you have multiple stocks in your accounts. So there's no magic number. It can be 5 stocks. It could be 20 stocks. Number two is to stick to the bigger stocks. As a beginner, stick to the billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies that you're familiar with. Don't gamble with risky penny stocks. So let me clarify. As a beginner, you should invest in bigger name brand companies that you've heard of, like Microsoft, Visa, Costco, Nike, FedEx, Allstate Insurance, Lululemon, CVS, etc. So at least you'll have a rough idea of what those companies do. Do not buy risky, tiny little companies that you've never heard of. Have you heard of a Dentex Group? Or how about Treasure Global? Or how about Akanda Corp? I've never heard of those tiny little companies. I've never seen their products or services. I don't even know what they do. If you don't even know what you're dealing with, don't invest your money in their stock. If you really wanted to, you could research them, look for hidden gems. However, as a beginner, just stick to the bigger stocks. If you don't know what stocks to buy, If you don't have the time or the willingness to research, then here's what I recommend that you do. I recommend that you buy an index fund or an ETF. If you buy an index fund or an ETF, then that's like buying a little bit of everything. In the long run, you really can't go wrong with an index fund or an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. As a beginner, you'll be better off buying an ETF instead of an index fund. Here are 3 ETFs that I would buy. So it's the SPY, IVV, or VOO. So they're all very similar. If I had to buy one of these, I would buy VOO. Now, step number 5 is how to buy a stock. Honestly, it doesn't matter what brokerage account that you have. It's the same process to buy a stock. They will ask you what stock are you trying to buy, how many shares, and at what price. So if I want to buy Ford Motor Company, for example, the stock symbol for that is F. They call it the ticker symbol. So if I wanted to buy Ford, the car company, the price is at $11.01 per share. If I want to buy 5 shares of their stock, then I would place a buy order for 5 shares of Ford Motor Company, ticker symbol F, for $11.01 a share. So the buy order would be $55.05 in total. So after the buy order executes, you will now be holding 5 shares of Ford stock in your brokerage account. Okay, and moving on to step number 6, it's how to sell a stock. So after you buy a stock, you can sell it whenever you want. You could sell it the same day, you could sell it in a few days, you could sell it years from now. You just place a sell order. So of course, the goal is to sell the stock for a higher price than what you bought it for. For example, if Ford Motor Company stock goes up to $20 a share and you want to sell your 5 shares, then you would place a sell order for 5 shares of Ford Motor Company, ticker symbol F, for $20 a share. Once your sell order executes, your Ford stock will be gone and you'll end up with $100 in your account. Step number 7 is how to cash out. So it's very easy to withdraw money from your brokerage account. So you simply put in a withdrawal order. Most people withdraw money from their brokerage accounts back to their bank accounts. So it's free and it's quick. It usually takes about a day for the money to be back in your bank account. Step number 8, taxes. So when the year ends on December 31st, your brokerage account will send you a tax form called the 1099 Consolidated. So you're going to receive this in early to mid-February. So this is going to give you all the tax information that you need to report on your tax returns. Easy. This is nothing to worry about. So long story short, let me summarize it for you. If you did not sell stocks, then you have no taxes due. So if you just bought some stocks and you held on to them, you won't owe taxes. If you sold stocks but didn't make a profit, then you will not pay taxes. You only pay taxes on your profits. So for example, if you bought Ford stock for $11.01 a share and you sold it for $11.01 or less a share, then you will not owe any money. If you sold stocks and you lost money, then you'll receive a tax deduction. If you sold stocks and you made money, then yes, you will pay taxes in most situations. If you get paid dividends, yes, that's taxable income. Now, in my opinion, investing in the stock market is a must, but you want to do it safely. The sooner you start, the better. Again, I recommend that you start with a smaller amount so that you can learn, get comfortable, and build good habits. If you want to learn more about investing in stocks, I have so many helpful videos. I'm going to leave a link for the most important ones down below. Please subscribe. Thank you for the support. I wish you a very nice day. Take care.